one of the things, because I love your book and I've been poring over it, certain things I picked out I wanted to ask you about. Like, I thought it was so interesting and also so educational that you really were a part of, like, the evolution of social media through politics. Mm-hmm. What do you advise on how to use social media to the benefit of how we further things along just for humanity?
Well, because my views are kind of different than many others. We have a hard time getting through in the corporate media. Right? The corporate media, is owned by very, very wealthy people who often don't want to hear what we have to say for the working class of this country. So with social media during my campaigns was very important is we could talk directly. So if we held a rally in Iowa, okay, and you had 2,000 people coming out, well, that's fine. But you have 200,000 people watching it on television. And then they would say, oh, my goodness, these ideas are not so crazy. I agree with them. So we could talk directly to millions of people. And that, to me, was very, very effective.
What do you think is, like, different about this generation who so gets that? Because I do think through social media, young people are so much more educated about things and passionate. Like, do you think it's that? What's the generational shift? Because when I was a kid, I don't think everyone was excited about rallying the youth. And now I think they're putting a lot of their stakes into it.
Well, I think what has happened, and it's, somebody has had the opportunity to go all over this country. I've been in every state in the country. And what you find is this, and we should all be very excited about this and feel good about it. The younger generation, to my mind, is the most anti-racist generation, anti-sexist generation, anti-homophobic generation, the most compassionate generation in my lifetime. And there are millions of young people who want to do everything they can to bring justice to this country and to work together to do that. So I think we should all be, as Americans, very proud of this generation.
Yes.
And all that they are doing.
Yes, I agree. Kids were not like that when I was growing up. Another fun fact about you is you are and have been in some movies.
Not quite your movie career, but yes.
Well, will you play our favorite game, Behind the Scenes, with us?
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Behind the Scenes. All right. So this movie is Sweetheart's Dance from 1988 about an estranged couple. It stars John Johnson, Susan Sarandon, and Jeff Daniels. And apparently this guy is in the movie.
Well, at the time, I was mayor of the city of Burlington, and they came to our community to make the film. And I got dragged into it with Don Johnson, and there it was. That was my movie career.
Well, but then, hold on a second, because you got a big talking part in my ex-girlfriend's wedding reception.
Seen by at least 4 people in America.
From 1999, about an Italian-Jewish wedding.
Well, I want to ask you, you're a movie person. What do you think? Do you think I have a career?
I think you're so natural. Like, you're being very authentic, very you. I could see you as an actor. I don't see that sort of, like, fake put on. I think you're really good at it.
All right, so when my political career is over?
You and me?
Maybe.
I would do it. I would be in a movie with you.
There we go.
And by the way,